Hey guys, how's it going? This is gonna be my online review of my new guitar. This is the Little Martin LX1E at Sheeran signature model, and I purchased it off the distributor here in Singapore. So this is day one. It's about half an hour out of the box. I spent a good 10 minutes just stretching the strings because they were really new, just to loosen them up and to stabilize the tunings. So all of you who have just brought home your new guitars, please remember to stretch them strings because the people in the store, they're just gonna wind up the strings and that's not gonna do your tuning any good. So straight down to it, this is pretty nice guitar. I paid about 500 US, 600 Singapore dollars for this. Overall very well made. It's a hard laminate wood guitar. You've got your Stratabon. It's a very nice grain, Stratabon neck, so you can see it there. And it goes all the way up to the headstock. And you've got black Martin tuners, which are quite sturdy, I must say. The Stratabon neck is a laminate wood, and it's comparable to mahogany. So yeah, and your back and sides is black high pressure laminate, Martin's HPL. Only problem I have with this, you can see here, it leaves a lot of finger stains, your fingerprint stains, and they don't come off that easily. I don't think the rubbing is gonna do it any good, so you've got to get a cloth out. What else is there? On the top you've got your sapel wood. Sapel is it's an African wood. It is quite hard, a bit like Sitka, and it does give you quite good projection on the sound, so we can tell. It's small but it's pretty loud. This has been in Singapore, I'm not sure when, but I'm guessing it's less than a week now. This is the first shipment and it's already out of stock at my local store. But this is not made in America, by the way. It's from Mexico, but even then the climate here in Mexico is it's a lot different. Action is pretty high out of the box. I'm not sure if you can tell from the first fret all the way to the 12th. You can see it's quite a distance between the neck and the strings. So, but even then, it's a small body guitar, and it doesn't give me a lot of problems. They're strung with .12 Martin Lifespan SP strings, so it is quite a high gauge, but you need that for small body guitars, and the high action doesn't really feel that high. It is still quite playable. So, but with a good setup, I think this will be rolling. So, yep, that's pretty much it for the descriptions. I've got your laser etch stuff that you can read about online. I'm not gonna go into much detail. There's your Fishman ISIS electronics on board with a tuner. The tuner isn't very dead on, so you can trust your ears or you can get a better set of tuners. And that's it. I don't have an amp with me at the moment, so I'm just gonna let you guys hear what the sound is like acoustically. Alright, so let's get right into it. This is in standard tuning, and I'll just work on the lower frets and just give a bit of strum, and you guys can hear what it's like. By the way, I'm recording through an Apogee ONE, and this is a condenser mic on the Apogee ONE. So here goes. So overall, so far I think the strumming is very loud, but finger picking can be a bit soft. notice I'm not using a pick as well, but the sound is quite bright, and it does project the bass pretty well, even though I would wish for a bit more mids. So let's go on the high end, on the higher frets, and see how it sounds like. That's in standard tuning. Let's bring it down to drop D for those of you who play in drop D. Okay. The strings are still not quite in tune yet, but that's fine. So in drop D, I think what I could pick out is that the mids weren't as pronounced. It could be the neck. Perhaps a mahogany neck would be better. But yeah, I just wish that this guitar had a bit more mids, because the bass is really strong and it can overpower the mids. But overall, that's pretty much it. For $500 US, you get this new guitar. It's I believe it's sold out around the world. So if your store allows you to pre-order one, I would say it's money well spent. The manufacturer quality is really good. The only problem I had was a little ding right at the 14th fret where the body joins the neck. So that's it. If you're asking me if you're choosing a small body guitar between Martin and Taylor's, I think the Martins are a better buy. They generally are cheaper, and you get a nicer choice of woods, a greater choice of models at the same time. And yeah, this came with a gig bag, and I think that's the standard kit, but my store did throw in a tuner and some strings as well. So we'll see what you can get out your local distributor. And that's it. So enjoy.